Hi, and welcome to this fourth edition of Inside the Ink, where we take you inside the songs and show you verse by verse how the Word of God is speaking truth through these songs. The song we're going to do today is called What Have I Done? It was written in July of 2019. Now, this song was inspired by a radio program where a woman who had written a book was giving an interview, and she was telling the interviewer, the radio host, that she had some pain and some shame in her life, and she had built this wall around herself, not to keep Jesus Christ out, but to keep the pain and the shame out. She had known Jesus, she loved Jesus, but what she had realized years later, what she had regrettably realized, was that this wall that she built out to keep out this pain had also kept Jesus out of her life. And that radio show really touched me, and immediately the first verse of the song, I've built this wall to hide from my pain, for my protection, to cover my shame. You're outside knocking and the door remains closed. I've already locked it and I didn't know. Those are that's her testimony. And we wrote the song, Jesus, What Have I Done? Almost all the verses are about things that believers and non-believers do that fall short of the Christian life and fall short of the glory of God. Now the second verse is, I laughed at the fools, the fool that I was. A person laughing at non-believers. Or I'm sorry, a person who's a non-believer laughing at believers who are seeking a righteous life. The third verse, I said the prayer, but it was short-lived. I went on my way and thought I was saved. But he never gave his life to Jesus truly. The fourth verse, a witness for Christ I refused to be. I claimed I knew you, but you didn't know me. Now, someone who has accepted Jesus but continued to live like a pagan, continued to live the earthly lifestyle, and made no change in his or her life. The bridge is what I held most dear I gave to the thief, and now I stare across the void and I beg for relief. It's about the person who thought he was saved and is now lost. The last verse is one of the more difficult verses of the song. The whole song is difficult. It's a tragic song. It's a sad song. The last verse is about our culture, our society that we live in. It talks about how we removed our word of God from our public places, from our government buildings, our schools, and how we paid the consequence for that. It talks about how we've redefined the obvious, how we redefine truth, even to the point of who is male and who is female. We have redefined that, an obvious truth to anybody that wants to think sanely. We've destroyed the family. As you know, we've redefined sexuality. We've destroyed God's definition of family. And the last line is, what's even worse, there are 60 million screams that were never heard. And this is the tragedy of abortion, not only in the United States, but around the world. 60 million screams that were never heard. That's not the cries of the baby after they were born. That's not a scream. That's a baby's cry. The 60 million screams that are never heard are the screams of the baby in the womb. Silent screams that can't be heard because they've been invaded and killed in the sanctity and the safe place of the mother's womb. This is What Have I Done? It ends with, Jesus, what have we done? I built this wall to hide from my pain, for my protection, to cover my shame. You're outside knocking, the door remains closed. I've already locked it, I didn't know. Jesus, what have I done? at the fool that I was, who sought to be free from earthly lust. With the breath in my lungs, with my own tongue, I've denied you're the Christ, I've denied you're the Son. Jesus, what have I done? I said the prayer, but it was short-lived. Not a day of my life to Him I would give. I went on my way and thought I was saved, and on the day of redemption I stayed in the grave. Jesus, what have I done? What I held most dear I gave to the thief. All of the signs I did not see. Now I stare across the void and beg for relief from the ripping of claws and the gnashing of teeth. Oh, Jesus, what have I done? Jesus, what have I done? A witness for Christ I refuse to be. I claimed I knew you, but you didn't know me. Now on the wrong side of eternity, I long for your love forever, I agree. We've removed your word from sight and from mind, redefined the obvious and told the line. We've destroyed the family and what's even worse, there are 60 million screams that were never heard. Oh, Jesus, what have we done? Jesus, what have we done? Amen. Well, thank you for joining me today, guys, and I'll see you next time. God bless.